It's Wellness Wednesday. Haven't done a Wellness Wednesday for a little while because I was ill. Because it's November. We thought, what a great opportunity to talk men's health. And I'm not just talking about growing the moustache, talking about men's health, getting deep and down and dirty about men's health. Now, James O'Keefe. Hi there.
Hello.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Mwah. Come on now.
So lovely to see you.
Talk to me. Men's health. What drove you into really taking charge of your health?
Okay, so I think, thanks for having me on, brother. I'm honestly so grateful. I think the men's health journey for me started many years ago. You know, all the stuff you go through is when you're young, all of that. But I think the real, like most stories of people wanting to do good, it comes from pain.
Yep.
I think that's why we have to be very careful of always running away from pain and discomfort and all of that. I think sometimes to go towards the storm, like buffalo do, you know, is often the better way forward, because then we can manage our own emotions and our own responses to what happens. You know, the amount of pain I went through, the amount of grief I caused myself, and the prison that I imprisoned myself in my head, because ultimately no one did it to me. I did it to myself, like I believe we all do. Yes, we have circumstances, situations in life that affect us, but we let it affect us in a way that is so detrimental to our own health that it is just like imprisoning ourselves.
So what was the light bulb moment? When did you say, do you know what, I've got to stop keeping myself in this prison?
There was a few, you know.
If you're happy to share.
Always. I've got no qualms, because one of my biggest journeys of realization and letting go of stuff is to share stuff.
Okay.
You know, because then it has no power over me.
There you go.
There is also a caveat. And when I say that is because I believe we get caught up in our own story, and then it becomes who we are, and then we can't let it go. So I will not believe that all of those things happened to me in that way.
Okay.
Some stuff happened to me, yes, but I caused a lot of it myself with my energy that I was putting out to the world, with my emotions, with my anger, with my whatever it was. I caused everything in my life. Yes, some stuff came up, but when I really sit with it and look in myself, which I believe that we're really missing as men particularly, we're missing looking in ourselves first before we react. And I won't even react, I'll try and respond now.
All right, so we're talking men's health, not just physical, we're talking mental, spiritual, emotional. So, James, how do you start your day?
Everything with me is an evolution, always. My day has started, I wake up in the morning, I rip my mouth tape off. I said it, mouth tape. I tape my mouth at night, so I breathe through my nose, so I'm in my parasympathetic nervous system all night, rather than being in fight or flight all night. So my wife does it as well, who's a singer, game changer for her. She's been on tour and not had to rest her voice once, whereas before she'd have to not talk for a day and things like that. So she's just been flying through it. So that's a big game changer. I then get up, drink a decent amount of water. I have a thing called a Totem Sport, which is this amazing drink that Kinton does. I'll explain more about that later.
That we're going to have you back,
right? Thank you.
You know that we're not going to. There's not going to be just one Wellness Wednesday with James O'Keefe. You know.
I love it. Thank you. And again, we can do all of these things very simply as well. And then I do a 30-minute meditation now. I get up at like 5 o'clock every day. So I do my 30-minute meditation, sitting down. I try and give myself a bit, and I know it sounds weird, but I give myself a bit of uncomfortableness. So I sit on the floor.
So I just saw myself slouching.
Exactly. So I sit on the floor because, again, you want to be able to have to shift your body and move, and, you know, because then that's part of being a human and feeling and being okay with all that. And it makes your body adapt to certain stresses. Anyway, so I do my 30-minute meditation. Then I go outside on the grass and I ground. So I do my earthing. Again, scientifically proven, insane benefits.
Is this barefoot?
Yes, 100%. We have to.
Regardless of the temperature?
Regardless. And even if I'm out there for 5 minutes, if it's snowing and I can go out there for 5 minutes, I'm out there. You know, even if it's rain, I don't care what it is, I'm out. Even my wife is out there.
So is it the ground, or is it the response to what's happening on the ground in your feet?
It's the currents. It's the current from the earth that we need, that we're missing in this world now, because we're all in shoes and we're all walking on concrete all the time. So I do that, then I go in the ice bath.
Yeah, I saw you doing that. And
I knew you were going to...
Yeah, I just saw you doing that on Instagram, and my comment was, James, why?
I know.
And this explanation came back, and I never contacted you. I
Ever again?
No, I asked Karen to contact you because I thought this is, yeah. What have the benefits been since you've changed your complete health regime?
Right, the biggest one for me, the biggest health benefit, I've been doing cold water for about 7 years now, and the biggest thing that I've learned, the biggest jump has been not physical, but has been my mental health. So at first, it kept me from wanting to literally kill myself and other people. That's what it did.
Did you have an anger issue?
I've always had an anger issue.
Cool.
So I was, I used to be a professional MMA fighter. Before that, I was, before that, I was a football hooligan when I was young. I used to fight all the time. I was, I used to deal drugs. I used to, I was a very naughty boy. So I had a lot of anger issues right from school, from young, everything. So it gave me something else, it calmed me down. But then I realised the further I went into it and I understood it, and I could then manage my breathing, because I'm also oxygen advantage breathwork coach. And that is about kind of breathing through the nose, building up carbon dioxide in the body so our body can be oxygenated properly, so our brain can be oxygenated properly, because we're all breathing too fast and through our mouths. So the cold water has taught me I can be calm in the chaos.
Whoa.
And that's the biggest lesson. Anything can be happening around me.
And you can be calm.
And I can just switch off from it.
In the chaos.
Yeah. I can breathe and I can just go, I'm safe here. And then I look inside and tell my little boy, my wounded little boy, I say, you're safe. You don't have to, you don't have to fight. You don't have to be ego. You're safe.
Can I just ask you, how old is your little boy?
My wounded little boy, I think he's about 12.
Okay. My little girl's 13.
Right, okay.
When my parents got divorced.
There you go.
Listen, we're talking men's health with James O'Keefe. There's so much to talk about
there
here.
is.
But look, thanks for sharing your day. Thanks for sharing why you sleep with your mouth taped. That whole, obviously we're going to have to talk about this a lot more, because it's not just, like I say, it's not just eating right, exercising. It's mental health. It's your immune system. It's a number of things. But, thanks for just sharing that. How are you celebrating men's health this month? I know you celebrate health every day, but do you go in extra hard?
So I've actually got a retreat. So I run Unguarded Warrior, which is a men's mental health and wellness experience. So we run retreats, I do talks, I do workshops, and I do breathing events, cold water events, all of that. But we've actually got a retreat in Bedfordshire, a little bit more wild. Usually I hire a house and then we go out in the gardens and we, the big gardens, we swim and we run around with our shirts off. The real crux of it is to take men who are boys to men. So we take, boys to men, and it's like an initiation. So this week we're in Bedfordshire and we've got it's a bit more wild. We're in this kind of more outdoorsy place, and it's got a stunning natural spring water lake that I cannot wait to get in. I am also a little bit scared because it's going to be cold, but I'm okay with that.
You get into ice baths because then you can be calm in the chaos.
There you go.
Should chaos arise.
Yeah, and it always does, because that's life. It is chaotic and we can't control any of it. So, but yeah, getting back to the retreat, it's this Friday, and that's what I'm doing, for men's mental health this month. And I'm also, I've got a friend called Tony Riddle, and he's called the Natural, I can't remember his Natural Lifestyle or something. I can't remember his Instagram feed. He's running 30 marathons and walking 30 marathons in 30 days. So all in November for Movember.
November, yeah.
And he's an absolute savage. So I'm going to go, I'm hoping to go down there in Cornwall and do one of them with him, which I'm also scared about. But,
but you're going to be calm.
But yeah, exactly. And I should be scared, because that's the whole thing, I don't go to discomfort sometimes. We're far too cocooned. We're far too cocooned. And, you know, I turn up here today and you were like, you got shorts on? And I'm like, well, it's summer, isn't it? You know, it's because we're so, like, insulated, and that is where we're going down the wrong road. We really are. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something that scares you. Obviously, you know, don't go and jump in a fire. I'm not saying that, but do something
just pushes the boundary a bit more.
Yeah, like, it's okay, you know.
James O'Keefe, thank you. And I know this is not going to be the first and last time we speak.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Beautiful.